Hey everyone, I'm back with my new desk made out of marble and steel. Coming up, I have a small competition with a couple of prizes, so stay tuned till the end for more info.
Dr. D-Flo.
Before we get into the details, I wanted to quickly thank this video's sponsor, GearBest. GearBest is my go-to retailer for 3D printer filament and replacement parts. If you want to support my channel, consider using my affiliate link below. I constructed my last desk completely out of wood, and it took a lot of damage from all my projects. So, to make my new desk more durable, stone and steel were chosen for the build materials. Because I do not have the capabilities to cut and weld thick pieces of steel, my buddy Chris over at Modern Ironworks built the frame for me. The wax steel I-beams can support heavy loads with ease. For the desktop, I headed to my local countertop supplier, where I was met with a large variety of granite, marble, and quartz. My desire for a white topper restricted my choices to marble and quartz. In the end, I went with marble because of its wow factor. Marble's beauty only slightly outweighs its cons. Marble is relatively soft and stains easily, but the veining of marble is just so elegant. I went with the cheapest marble variant, Carrara. My 6 foot by 2.5 foot slab weighed in at a whopping 300 pounds. For insurance reasons, I wasn't allowed to carry it in. I did not fasten or glue the marble down because its own weight was sufficient. As I mentioned earlier, marble is susceptible to staining, which is because of its relatively high porosity compared to other countertop stones. Therefore, I used a stone sealer to prevent liquid from seeping into the pores. With the desk complete, it's time to build a computer worthy of resting on marble. My first ATX computer case was a red NZXT H440. In college, I moved around a lot, which took a toll on the case. So I've decided to join the tempered glass movement and build into a Corsair 5070X RGB. This case is absolutely stunning. The smoked glass is sleek. My only complaint is that the case may be a little too revealing. With 4 sides of the case made completely out of glass, your cable management needs to be on point. Fortunately, this case has a host of anchor points for zip ties and an aluminum channel to hide the bulk of the cables. I will quickly run through my PC specs. My CPU is a 5820K, my GPU is a Titan X Pascal, I have 64 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance, DDR4 of course, with red LEDs. M.2 storage is for my boot drive, and a mixture of SSDs and disk drives for my video storage. My monitor is the Acer Predator X34, a curved ultra-wide monitor. Even a few years after its release, the X34 is arguably still one of the best ultra-wide monitors. My speakers are the crisp Audio Engine A5 Plus, complemented by the S8 subwoofer. I'm not an audiophile, but I can definitely tell these speakers are a huge improvement over my soundbar. And this subwoofer bumps. Originally, I had the speakers sitting on my desk, but monitor speakers should be at ear height, so I placed both speakers on steel and marble stands. My headphones, for when I don't want to be too loud, are the V-Moda Crossfade 2 wireless. These headphones are extremely comfortable, and the hexagonal shape of the ear cup is sharp. To ensure clarity in the music reaching my ears, I'm using the Audio Engine D1 DAC. I'm not gonna lie, it is difficult for me to hear a difference with and without the DAC, but that is because I think my motherboard has a good sound solution. Nevertheless, I like the extra knob for controlling volume. Continuing with the peripherals, my mouse is the Logitech G703. It's crazy how low wireless latency is now. I find it difficult to tell the difference between my G703 and my wired Razer mouse. My only complaint is that the mouse needs to be charged after a couple days of moderate use, which means I need to keep the cable nearby. My keyboard choice may be a little controversial, especially for a content creator like myself. I'm using the 60% and Pro keyboard. A 60% keyboard does not have the navigation keys and function keys of a typical keyboard. These keys are instead hidden behind the number row and the letters, and you have to hold the function key to access them. A 60% keyboard allows all the keys to be in reach of the typist, and it also minimizes the distance from the keyboard to the mouse. However, I have to say, the lack of dedicated arrow keys drives me crazy. Fortunately, the And Pro is well priced, has a long battery life, and vivid LEDs. My keyboard and mouse rest on a custom 36-inch mouse pad by Inked Gaming. It features my signature F and some circuit board traces. While I definitely do not need such a long mouse pad with my compact keyboard, the extra room allows me to place drinks on it, which I would not want to place on the marble for fear of condensation. The burgundy mouse pad is my first divergence from my neutral color scheme of grays and white. I find a little splash of color to be very classy. My only desk ornament is a Nixie tube clock with an acrylic case and a black anodized base. My first YouTube video was actually designing cases for Nixie tube clocks, so definitely check that out if you're interested. The minimalistic case and the cold cathode displays of the Nixie tube clock reinforce my industrial theme. My chair is the steel case guest chair. When new, this chair can cost $1,000. But used, you can snag one for a couple hundred off of eBay. I find this chair incredibly comfortable with plenty of ergonomic adjustments. Some people have complained about the lack of lumbar support, but I have not found this to be an issue. The canvases hanging directly above me are old-time patents for great inventions, such as the electric motor, light bulb, and of course, the first kegerator. I threw some LEDs behind my computer screen so that there would be red LEDs throughout the different levels of my desk. Wire management, I took advantage of my magnetic steel frame. I used a power strip backed by magnets and stuck this in the middle of an I-beam. I also used magnetic zip tie anchors, which were strong and able to rotate for mounting ease. My one big tip for wire management is buying the correct size cords. AC cords are only a couple of dollars on Amazon and come in all different sizes. Excess cords can make wire management a nightmare. When purchasing the correct lengths, I also switched out as many of my black cords for white ones because white is less noticeable on marble. And that's it. I hope you liked my minimalistic desk. I have listed all my gear on my website. My next two videos will feature my two other workspaces that I have built. One for 3D printing and electronics, and the other for woodworking. When building my desk, I received a lot of inspiration from other people's work, like those featured on Reddit Battle Station or TechSource's Setup Wars. I want to create my own platform for showcasing people's awesome workspaces, but I do not want to limit submissions to just computer desk. I want to show off people's 3D printing setups, machine and woodworking shops, or maybe even a well-organized garage. Therefore, I am starting my own series known as Workshop Wars. I will feature 5 spaces an episode where one person each episode takes home a $50 Amazon gift card. With the current small size of my channel, your odds of winning are pretty high. Check the link in the description for details. Thanks so much, guys.